Welcome to Your Anime Senpais. I'm Richard.
And I'm John.
And John, today we're going to be reacting to Lord El-Melloi episode 8. So, just a quick go over on the previous episode. So, Waver, along with Gray and Klaus, made it to the Rail Zeppelin finally. I know you've been waiting for that for so long now. And apparently it was we find out that the Rail Zeppelin is a train, which was built by like vampires, I think, something like that, something crazy like that. But it was created to auction off the mystic eyes, or mystic eyes in general, and only a very select few are invited. So, despite that rarity, though, we do see some familiar faces. Adashino, which we saw on the previous arc. And Yvette, who is, of course, one of Waver's students. She's the one that's dressed in like pink or purple and's got the eye patch and is apparently got the hots for him.
Apparently.
But she also apparently, at least her family anyways, either owns or operates this train. So, okay. Convenient. Of course, also, too, on top of that, Fate fans will probably also recognize the fact that, especially those who play Fate Grand Order, will recognize Olga Marie Enisphere, who, again, is from Fate Grand Order. She was the director of Chaldea, for a time. But she's also accompanied by, I guess, her maid, Trisha. I don't know if she's a maid or just a servant or whatever, but basically, she's accompanied by this one lady named Trisha. So, from there, the group boards the train. Waver begins his investigations, of course, trying to figure out who stole Iskandar's mantle. And he notes that while he recognizes half the people on board, he knows that all of them are just monsters, and he just doesn't want to deal with them. So, but none of them seem to be the person that's invited him to this train. But he's got 3 days until the auction, so he's got plenty of time to try and figure that out. In any case, moving up from there, later on we see that while Waver's not able to get any information, he did find out though that apparently free invitations are sent out every year to just random people, I guess, to try to mix it up a little bit. Apparently, so those free invitations are really hard to track and see who it came from. So basically, he can't use the invitation by itself just to figure it out. So he's just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. But, just conveniently, though, as soon as he was talking about that, I believe it was Gray or somebody ran up to him and was like, "Oh, Lord El-Melloi, I've got this note here. It must be from the person that stole the thing." And, of course, it is. And long story short, this person wants to meet with him later on that evening or that night. So, meantime, Olga wants to speak with Waver and to ask him about his intentions. I don't think he revealed all of his intentions per se. I think he did mention something about the Holy Grail War, but I think he made it kind of clear that he didn't have any interest in the Mystic Eyes. Which is just as well because she knows that he doesn't have the financial backing anyways just to get it, because apparently this time around the Mystic Eyes is something called the Rainbow Mystic Eye, which are apparently like just top tier, like OMG, this is like the best of the best. So 5-star, etc. So and we also find out that apparently Trisha, her servant, apparently she also has mystic eyes, which allow her to see into the future. So,
how convenient.
Very convenient.
A lot of convenient things in that last episode.
Exactly. At least partially, anyways. So, all in all, Olga wants Waver to help her out. Basically, she wants him to bid on these rainbow mystic eyes whenever somebody else other than her makes a bid for it, because with her logic, she's saying that no one really wants to get caught in a feud between two lords. Yeah. So I don't know if he particularly agreed with that per se, but I don't think he was just like, "No, I'm good." But I don't see that really interfering with his investigation anyway. So I can certainly see him just be like, "Okay, whatever." In any case, after their conversation, the train stops for a little bit. Passengers can kind of rest and get out into the open air and do whatever. Meanwhile, Waver and Gray are talking about how even if Waver does get back into the Holy Grail War, and even if he does summon Iskandar again, Iskandar is not going to have the same memories as he did.
He's a separate copy or something.
Yeah,
like that.
pretty
something
much.
Weird.
Pretty much like that. Yeah. So, but even still, Waver wants to see it through so that he can put the last 10 years behind him. In his words. So, after that though. We had like almost like kind of a touching moment where Gray is finally going to give him that present that he got him like 1 or 2 episodes ago when they were in the mall. But she's reaching for it, but then we hear a scream from Olga, so they come running into her room. Come to find out that Trisha, her head was quite missing, if you will. So yeah, she we made the joke that she didn't see that coming. Yeah,
I know. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, but in any case, that's pretty much where we were at for this episode. That was the cliffhanger. So I guess we're going to move on from here. Maybe find out what happened with Trisha. One thing of note, though, so her head was missing. It's not just the fact that her head got cut off and it was like
sitting
off
somewhere.
Yeah, it was just as far as we could tell, at least, it looked like it was just completely missing. So
yeah.
Possibly, maybe somebody was going after the mystic eyes. Maybe the priest who also has mystic eyes that can see into the past.
Ooh.
I guess we'll find out. So, shall we get started?
We shall.
All right. That's pretty gruesome, yeah. She's not sleeping. Man, wow. I swear, Olga, she just has the worst experiences, man. No matter the timeline.
How do you see through those?
She's got mystic eyes, I guess.
And there's just so much blood, like around her,
right
on the ceiling.
Ooh! Oh, he's got the. Oh! Yeah, no, yeah.
I actually thought he was going to take her out for a second. I was like, what?
Nah. Oh, okay. That's the way that mages think, by the way.
Self-responsibility is fundamental.
That's true. Because they're...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he is pretty suspect. Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry. It's true. But see, this is where magic comes in, because it's like, who knows?
Yeah.
She could have just killed herself, because we saw that in previous episodes.
Killed her in an instant. I mean, I don't know how the magic totally works.
Let's just reveal it all right now. Possibly.
Why not? Surprise is just not like a yoink.
Maybe he just wanted the murderer may just wanted to make it look like a murder. But
Perception type.
Oh.
if you sell them, do you like trade them out? Huh. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm. Oh, so yeah, maybe somebody snuck up behind and.
Hmm. Well, he's saying maybe there was some kind of field or something, maybe that prevented her from seeing the future.
Yeah.
He was invisible from both the past and the future. Oh. Hmm.
It's true.
Oh.
Really? I know, right? Well, although he's not a very typical lord, though, so.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that sucks. She probably woke up with a bad headache. You're by yourself at this point.
Hmm. 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 Oh. Should have known.
Good job, Waver. That's very
Hmm.
on point. That's why you don't have your own servant.
Hmm.
Why doesn't she just stay with you?
Hmm.
I guess no, not enough beds, maybe.
Hmm. Hmm.
Well, she's got some really weird circumstances, so yeah, I guess so. Wow. Oh, wow. Both.
Hmm. Hmm.
Is he the guy from the second episode?
I don't know. That's what I was kind of wondering who they were talking about.
Ugh.
Hmm?
What the heck was that?
That was kind of weird.
I know,
would
right?
she pull his hair back a little bit or something?
Well, it looked like she just touched his cheek or something like that. That's kind of unsettling.
Hyena.
Oh.
Hmm.
Really? Was it Rhinestone?
Oh. Oh, interesting. Hmm.
I got. Oh, I guess the opening to the underworld. Or not. You sure you want to be up top like that? Oh, I guess so.
Hmm.
Vassal of a burglar?
Okay. Who are, yes, exactly. Who are you?
That's very nice. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
She kind of has the same costume as Iskandar. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know much about Iskandar, but yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Was it was kind of odd how they were similar colors, maybe, and stuff.
oh wow. What? Oh, maybe they used Iskandar's
Mantle for that.
yeah, to summon her, but it's not even the. Well, I guess the whole Grail technically hasn't started yet, but Mystic Eyes. Oh,
Coercion. Ooh.
she's gonna.
Coerce her into killing him.
I guess so.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow, she could have actually made somebody behead the one girl
Mm-hmm.
and no one would have
Trisha.
seen it.
Right.
Hmm.
Oh no!
What? Anything but that.
What? Oh, that's different. That looks very much like Iskandar's chariot, though. At least from Fate Zero. Although he was.
Huh. So it's somebody that served Iskandar in history?
Apparently.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was true. Ooh. Oh.
He's gonna take his pocket knife and fight. What?
Magic.
What? Hmm. Huh?
Wow.
Okay. Hmm.
Hmm. Wow.
Oh. Hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see her being after the Mystic Eyes like that.
Well, she's a servant. The what's her name, Hephaestus or whatever. She's a servant.
Mm-hmm.
So she was mentioning that she was there on behalf of somebody else.
Yeah.
So. Oh. Because she saw it in the future. Yeah, with mages, it's kind of like they're very I dare say inhuman, I guess.
Hmm. Mm. Mineralogy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What?
What?
What? I need it made like that. Yeah, I know, right? Why would they want to? Please don't spit up blood everywhere. How are you going to get there? It's already gone. What? Oh,
You think it was an invitation to the train, maybe?
I think it was actually.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
What? Really? Huh.
Hmm.
He certainly got the talent for it. Also true.
Hmm.
So, looks like we have a servant in the equation now, which is something I
Hmm.
did not expect at all whatsoever. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe I should have because they were talking about the Holy Grail War, but she. So, one, the Holy Grail War is supposed to be, or at least at this point of time, is supposed to be in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
but they're in England. So that doesn't really make sense. Although maybe
Hmm.
because they're going towards the underworld, maybe that's has something to do with it. Possibly, I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing at this point. But I don't know who
Hmm.
Hephaestion is. I've never heard of her name before. But
Yeah.
apparently, she's somebody that used to serve under Iskandar, perhaps.
Now, so far we haven't seen. I mean, we've seen flashbacks of servants, but we haven't seen a servant, have we, in this series?
And not for this series now.
Okay, that's what I kind of wondered. I just wanted to be sure, but yeah, it kind of threw me off because I thought only servants could be in the Holy Grail War.
Yeah,
Which,
well, that's typically, yeah. Usually there has to be. I mean, unless they're trying to imply either the fact that they're going under to the underworld, maybe that might have something to do with it, or maybe this series is trying to do its own Holy Grail War. I don't know. That would kind of throw things off a lot because going into this series, I thought it was just going to be like a the Sherlock Holmes with magic type series.
Yeah.
That's how it was kind of described to me. But then I don't know. I don't know what to expect now. This is kind of weird. You did throw out a really interesting theory, though. She does have the mystic eyes or of coercion or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you did throw the idea that maybe she used that on somebody else to decapitate Trisha. Possibly.
Maybe that could have overrode the past and present eyes, so I couldn't have seen. I don't know.
That is kind of weird. Yeah, I'm not 100% certain on that, but that is an interesting theory. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a thing. But real question is, I guess, is who is her master? If she is, so she's a servant, she has to have a master. Somebody had to summon her, probably using Iskandar's mantle to do that with. So who did it? Who's the one that's? I guess he's got to look for. That is to say, Waver has got to look for somebody that's got command seals on their hands or somewhere on their body. I guess because usually it appears on their hands, but I've seen other masters who's got it on their arms, on the back. So
now can't they take the little piece of Iskandar's mantle and just like cut it in half and here you go. I just only needed that to summon Hephaestion or whatever.
Potentially.
I mean, I don't know. I just kind of wondered if how much of a fragment of that historical character you needed. If it was like a thread, if it was a a certain amount
Well,
of size.
so basically, something like that, what they would call a catalyst. So again, a Skandar's mantle, or I don't know, you could say if you were trying to summon, gosh, I'm trying to think of somebody here right off the top of my head. Let's say
maybe the more catalyst you have, the better
potentially
evocation of the person you have.
Potentially, but I mean,
okay.
But even with that catalyst, though, like again with Iskandar, you could summon Iskandar, or you can summon one of the people that served under him.
Interesting.
Okay. But in any case, I mean, you could be right. It could depend on quantity. I'm trying to think of a time where they've mentioned that, but
it might be something we could look up and maybe have for the next video.
Yeah.
Kind of see if that's a thing even.
Right. Or somebody could let us know down in the comments below.
Yeah.
But in any case, so yeah, overall it was pretty interesting. We're definitely getting somewhere with this investigation, but like I said, I mean, honestly, for all we know, she could just decapitated herself. I mean, who knows at this point?
That's actually very true.
Yeah. I mean,
as weird as that sounds now, but yeah, that's.
Although I don't know, where maybe somebody could have carried off her head, or maybe I don't know. There's a bunch of different things that could. When you put magic into something like this, like you have to throw your normal logic out the window. You have to kind of think outside the box, pretty much.
And that's what kind of stumped me, because I was like, well, I don't know the rules or the way of magic in the Fate world, so it's kind of hard to theorize when you don't know this world's set of rules.
But in a way, that's kind of refreshing, because, like, say if you were watching a normal, like, I don't know, Sherlock Holmes thing, where it's like, okay, well, you've got certain rules that you gotta abide by,
like real world rules, like where magic doesn't happen.
Yeah,
but,
okay, how did this person get into this room? Oh, there just happens to be a secret door that leads into that room that we didn't know about, or something like this. But now with magic, you kind of have to. I mean, you could still take stuff like that into account, but then you have to go kind of further beyond. Like, okay, well, maybe someone summoned a servant and somehow used their mystic eyes to do this. So it kind of still leaves you in more of a state of like suspense, I guess, like who done it and why. So
the who done it,
exactly.
The why done it,
and why done it, exactly. So but in any case, any other further thoughts?
No, I think that was pretty good. I mean, I mean, the rules of magic in this world do kind of stump me, because I'm like, well, I can't theorize too well. Like if it were like, for example, One Piece, I could maybe say, oh, maybe there's a devil fruit that we haven't seen before, or things like that, because there are some just really wild stuff out there that the creators made that I'm just like, what? They have a time traveling devil fruit, but you can only go into the past. No spoilers really, because I'm not going to say anything more about it. But there are weird things where it don't really break the rules, but there are rules for that world. Every anime, if it has magic, sometimes has a set of rules, and Fate very much so seems to have that, but I don't know them. So it's interesting with the Holy Grail War that there can be servants outside of it, and then that's things I didn't know.
Well, but I mean, it's hard to really say, because I mean, technically the Holy Grail War is starting up, but I don't think it's actually I don't think any servants has been summoned yet, because spoiler alert, that servant is not a servant that I've ever seen before.
Well, see, and that makes me wonder if there are different servants for different countries or continents. If there are different wars that happen.
Well,
maybe.
As far as I know, there's only one Holy Grail, which actually isn't the Holy Grail. It's just a magic relic. But in any case, although I have heard of, this really isn't spoiling anything, but I have heard of side stories where multiple Holy Grail wars will go on, but as far as I'm aware of in this particular universe, that's not a thing. It should only just be the one Holy Grail. But I think it's in terms of like what you were talking about, magic and its rules in this universe. I think with Fate, it's one of those things where there might be rules, but honestly, for me at least, I just kind of take it as I'm just here for the ride.
Yeah, it seems like they're adding to it with the mystic eyes.
Yeah.
So
So,
That's kind of cool.
but in any case, well, if anything
Yep.
else, okay. What did you guys think of this episode? And what did you guys think of The Servant? Let us know down in the comments below.
And if you enjoyed this reaction, subscribe and hit that notification bell to keep up with our channel and all the content we put out each week. And if you'd like to consider to support our channel and help us out, there are links down below for all that as well. So we'll see you next week when we figure out maybe what happened.